morning and marhaba everyone. I'd like to begin by thanking you all for being here this morning. First, I'd like to introduce you to my team of colleagues working on the potential expansion of ING into the Saudi Arabian new growth market. Starting from the far left, we have Sonia Naganathan, the Vice President of Global Marketing, Pamela List, Director of Market Research, Shaira Kinlani, Executive Marketing Coordinator, Sydney Plott, Vice President of Sales, and myself, the Account Director at Transworld Publicity Co. We're going to have Sonia Naganathan begin by giving you a company overview.
So ING's roots date back to 1845 with the founding of the Netherlands Insurance Company. Through a century's worth of mergers and expansions, International Nederland Group was formed in 1991, ING. With operations in 48 different countries, we do offer 6 product lines. Under our banking division, we have retail banking, ING Direct, which offers our retail banking services, and commercial banking. Under our insurance division, we do offer insurance services as well as other retirement services and insurance investment management services in Europe, Americas, and the Asia Pacific region. Most recently, we have announced our Taking ING Back to Basics strategy, which basically is reducing costs and risks in this turbulent economic environment. We'll be focusing on our core franchises as well as divesting ourselves of certain private banking operations in Europe, as well as divesting ourselves completely of our insurance operations.
So Saudi Arabia is an emerging economy. Oil has been the main industry there for centuries and accounts for almost 75% of government revenues. But since joining the World Trade Organization in 2005, the Saudi Arabian government has been making efforts to diversify the economy, especially with private sector growth. Culturally, the country is very conservative and traditional. It's a male-dominated society, and there's a high importance of the official religion, Islam. Islam and Sharia, Islamic law, applies to all areas of Saudi life, including banking. The banks there offer both traditional, conventional, and Islamic compliant banking, which will be important for ING's entry into Saudi Arabia. And the difference between the two is that Islamic banking prohibits the paying of interest. Okay. So, as Sonia will discuss in a minute, we'll be entering the ING market through a joint venture with Samba Financial Group. This is the only viable option because of the capital markets law there, which prevents foreign banks from operating with a more than 60% ownership stake in banking. So based on the size and product offering of Samba Financial Group, we've identified 5 main competitors: SABB, Saudi Investment Bank, Banque Saudi Fransi, Riyad Bank, and Arab National Bank. And even though there's strong competition, we feel that there's still room for growth and for ING to enter into the market. And our target market with the ING Samba Financial Group will be male heads of household. As I said before, Saudi Arabia is a male-dominated society, and men make most of the banking decisions. We'll be looking at households that have an annual disposable income above USD 25,000. Due to them being more educated, they'll be using more of ING services, such as brokerage services. They're also more likely to have a computer for online banking, and their greater means that they have a higher level of consumption, and they have a greater need for credit, which ING can provide to them. This is a rapidly growing population. From 2000 to 2007, there was a 50.15% growth rate in households with disposable income over $25,000. So as the Saudi Arabian economy continues to develop, there will be increased growth for ING's increased growth in Saudi Arabia.
So something we have to watch out for is Saudi Arabia ranks high on the Hawk Speaks 2 indices for power distance and uncertainty avoidance, which is actually almost identical to the other Arab countries where Muslim faith plays a large role in these people's lives. So these societies are more likely to follow a caste system, which limits upward mobility of its citizens. Also, highly role-oriented rules and regulations are put into place, which automatically creates a power distance between power and wealth. So by reducing the amount of uncertainty with all these rules and regulations, you're automatically creating a higher inequality between power and wealth, again, with these citizens. So it's just something that we have to be wary upon entering this region.
So as Pam did mention, we're going to be entering into a joint venture with Samba Financial Group with a 40% ownership stake in the company so as not to overextend ourselves in this relatively new market. Samba Financial Group was established in 1980, and over the years it's proven itself as a leader in both Sharia compliant and conventional banking. So Samba will be providing us with a wide consumer base, extensive market knowledge, and a very well-renowned Islamic advisory board. A major factor in our decision was the fact that Samba is not currently partnered with any major foreign banks at this time. And in order to select our joint venture partner, we did go through a process of elimination of sorts. For example, the three major Islamic institutions, Al-Inma Bank, Bank Al-Balad, and Al-Raji Bank, since they're all Sharia compliant only, this would not be a viable option for us since we're looking to enter into both conventional and Sharia compliant financing. The remaining banks have already partnered with major foreign banks, either through joint ventures or other strategic alliances.
Okay, so in terms of place, with a steady increase of over 3% per year, the majority of Saudi Arabia's population resides in urban cities, and this accounts for 88% of the total population today. People are moving to these cities to earn a higher standard of living rather than in more rural areas which consist of nothing but desert and terrain. So we chose 3 criteria for selecting these cities. It was based on major cities, modern populations, and the competition of local players in the brokerage and banking sectors. So we came up with the following 4: Riyadh, Jeddah, Dammam, and Al-Khabar. These cities are large populations. They're considered to be very modern and fast-developing cities, which support trade on the Red Sea. The discovery of oil drew sizable local and foreign investment in these 4 cities, making them the center of the world's import and export activity. And finally, they contain branches of the country's major bank and hotel chains. So we would like to establish a presence within these 4 cities, again with a joint venture through Samba Financial Group, and based on